Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Let me know if you can see and hear me okay. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you are watching from. If you don't know me, my name is Janet Wright. I'm an energy healer, reader, and teacher, and you are very welcome to watch and participate in this live stream. One question per person, please. Please do not write a book that, goes through many, many chats. That can be a bit distracting. But one question per person is fine. I do not read the future. Even though the theme, the suggested theme of this Q&A is future intuition, hoping, dreaming, planning, all that. But if that is not appealing to you for some reason, I don't know why, you can also ask if I have any suggestions, like self-healing suggestions for you. Any videos to suggest, things like that. Okay. So let's do this. And I'm going to set a timer for myself. I'm going to set the timer for an hour and then maybe only do like 15 minutes after that. We'll see. But so I'm setting my timer for an hour. So I may not get to everyone's questions. We'll see. One question per person, please. Okay. Let's do this. Somebody says, I decided to quit one of my jobs to be more gentle to my body and spirit and focus on future plans. How can I help my colleagues, students be less triggered and move on more smoothly besides asking angels? I think you've already done what you can do on the astral in your sleep. You've already met with the people that will be affected by your decision, and you've met with them with their angels and your angels, and so you have suggested to each of these people that they work with their angels to deal with the shift and be cool with it, and you're gonna, it seems like you're allowing several nights of whatever, like that happened like 3 nights ago on the astral in your sleep. So then if you haven't told them yet, then they've already had 3 nights of sleep to process that with their angels. So it seems like you've already helped, but then, when you tell them in the body, on a conscious level, and then, for days after that, just, don't skip your healing. Don't skip aura repair, don't skip grounding work. Just keep washing people out. If you notice somebody in your space, just say, go talk to your angels. Ask your angels for help today. So that you're not harboring anybody in your space or nobody's courting you. Just work on melting cords in between you and those people, wash them out of your space, stuff like that. But you did most of it already, just letting people know in advance with your angels and their angels so they can process in their sleep. So hope that makes sense. Somebody says, hey, Janet, what should I work on specifically regarding my hopes, dreams, future intuition for my new job and move that you're trying to manifest? I really enjoyed the healing, the pages part of the healing for that. Yeah. That's part that we did in today's healing, which if you're hearing this as a video much later, I'll link below in the comment section the healing video that we did for today. And one of the things that we did today in this Sunday healing for future intuition, hopes, dreams, and plans is hoping, dreaming, planning is this thing where you imagine your hopes and your dreams written on pages out in front of you, and then you use sticky gold wax to get rid of, you have the angels bless the sticky gold wax, and then you put it on the pages, and then you take off whatever gunk is covering up the writing of your hopes and dreams so that you can't even see or be aware of your hopes and dreams. So you get that gunk off, and then you just run more gold light through it, and then we had angels help you update the pages of your hopes and dreams in different ways. So glad you like that. within a day, there'll be a healing summary for that healing video, that long healing video. And so you'll be able to jump to that part if you want of the healing. I'll probably call it, hopes and dreams pages. So you'll be able to look in the comment section and find the timestamp, find the healing summary, find the timestamp for the hopes and dreams pages part. But good, thanks. I'm glad you liked it. What should you work on specifically regarding all that for the new job and move? Well, it looks like you're already interviewing, for different jobs in your sleep. I don't know how many you're doing consciously, how many job interviews and resumes you're sending out already, but you are working it in your sleep. I think there's like a level of like if you're driving a car, there's like slow speed, medium speed, high speed, driving. I mean, obviously that's sort of a simplification, but so I would say that your progress with your interviewing is kind of on slow speed, even on the astral. And I think you have just some inner baggage and inner wounds. I think specifically inner wounds. So you could heal inner wounds that are slowing down your interviewing process. So I think that would be sort of the best help, is just so you can speed it up a little. Just keep imagining wounds that are good, inner wounds of yours that are good to heal today, that would help speed up your manifesting. But right now the slow part is the interviewing. It's going a little too slowly. So yeah, heal inner wounds in the way. Hope that helps. Someone says, and they give me their name, thank you. First name, last initial, very helpful. Thank you for healing me and my sister. You're welcome. What healing techniques do you recommend I do related to this theme? Thank you. This theme, which of course is future intuition, healthy use of future intuition, hoping, dreaming, and planning. I think working on hearing your angels better could speed things up more. Could make things more efficient, because I think having hopes and dreams is not, you're not super blocked with that. So that wouldn't be like the biggest impact place to work. I mean, I think it's good to work, but I think your ability to hear your angels would speed things up, because that's related to future intuition too. I mean, it's technically not intuition, but future intuition is also hearing your angels as they tell you about the future. In addition to your own intuition, because it's nice to be able to double check with your angels, like, I'm thinking this might be on the horizon. Angels, does that even make sense? And then your angels will be like, oh yeah. So I think for you, sort of that companion ability of conscious telepathy, consciously hearing your angels, conscious clairaudience, whatever you want to call it. So um, which is mostly fifth chakra, chakra number 5 in the throat and fifth layer. So there is that video, Janet Wright. If you search Janet Wright, fifth chakra, fifth layer healing, it'll come up. I'm outside in that video. Janet Wright, fifth chakra, fifth layer healing. Because a lot of times the back of your fifth chakra will be like half blocked. And then like either most of the back of your fifth layer will be blocked or one side or the other of your fifth layer will be pretty blocked. So just think, reset the color of your fifth chakra to be a lighter medium blue color that you really like, and then look for it everywhere. Like with your intuition, if you can't see yet, but just be like, okay, is this that color blue or is it something else? And if it's something else, then you got to clear it out, melt it away. Maybe there are some beings in the way. You could put vacuum boxes all around your fifth layer of your aura. If anyone doesn't know vacuum boxes, just search Janet Wright vacuum boxes. You'll get a bunch of examples in different healing videos. But yeah, vacuum boxes and reset the color of your fifth chakra and just look around, clear out your fifth layer more, just like specifically to speed up your becoming a conscious clairaudient, or being able to hear your angels consciously. I think that would be the best thing to speed things up, speed up your involvement with this stuff. Someone says, so hope that helps. Someone says, hi Janet, I hope to move into a new home this year and I want to feel hopeful and more intuitive about it, but I feel speaking to my family members about their future plans distracts me. Any advice? Thank you. This year, as in like soon, really, right? I mean, you're talking the next 4 months. I hope to move into a new home this year and I want to feel hopeful and more intuitive about it, but I feel speaking to my family members about their future plans distracts me. Yeah, I mean, you could do fourth chakra, fourth layer clearing more. Because I think that thing about other family members, I think your fourth layer gets a little too weighed down and then you're not as enthusiastic about your own plans. So in today's healing, we did fourth chakra work. You could just redo that section if you want a walkthrough of it. We didn't do the fourth layer, but we did so much fourth chakra work that could be nice. Then you could add a little fourth layer work to it that we didn't do. But because I think your intuition is already, it seems pretty strong. So it's just the hopeful part. And getting the family members' drama out of your fourth layer and your fourth chakra. So I hope that helps. So yeah, just focus a little more on fourth chakra, fourth layer clearing. And that today, that little excerpt we did, I think it's like 9 minutes long. Could help. That could be nice. Hope that helps. Someone says, hi Janet, hello. Can you please tell me how my granddaughter, and you give first name, last initial, thank you, is doing. Also, if you have any general recommendations of how to do energy work on infants. Well, I mean, the most basic thing, which possibly is too basic for you, but just I want to say it in case, for all the other people that would hear this, if you're considering doing energy healing on an infant and you're not one of the parents, then absolutely get telepathic consent from both genetic parents. People might think, oh, well, only one of them because the other one, he's no good, blah, blah, blah. But on a spirit level, usually even people that are no good, you know, you can explain it to them how it's going to help their kid, and how it's good karma and all that, and then they can say, "Oh, sure." Because the thing is, you know, for the other parent, if there is a parent that's less involved, they may all of a sudden be very, pissed if you're changing the energy of their own child and it's not your child. So you probably know all that, but other people might not realize that because they're like, "Oh, it's my granddaughter. Of course I want to heal her," and they just forget like this level of hierarchy, and it's not your granddaughter, it's somebody else's daughter. That's the real authority structure. But anyway, so how is she doing? She's in, it's very day to day. It's like sometimes she's only in her seventh, sometimes she's in 7 through 3. Um, I think it more has to do with physical stuff that's going on with her body than people being in her space. So, I mean, at least that's something that people aren't really the problem anymore for her, other people. So that's good. But yeah, it does seem like some days or there'll be like a section of 2 or 3 hours where she'll be awake, but she'll only be in her seventh chakra. And then you could work on, with parental permission, and since you are very advanced yourself, and so you're going to be very present, you're not going to be in her space. Help her to clear core energy blocks that other people are courting. Some of those core energy blocks might be ones that she's ready to clear. Some of those she just wants to store away, have her angels store away. She's not ready to clear them, but she doesn't want other people courting them. So I think, like I said, I don't think it's the biggest issue that other people are courting her core energy blocks. They could just be like overly blocked, and then she's not clearing what she needs to clear to get present. So I think that could be nice, just helping her to clear really any stuck energy blocks that are in her way, and just run gold light, melt the cords going into them from other people, and just, with her angel help, just, so that they either get sorted back away somewhere and not so stuck in her way, or they clear fully. Um, I don't think she needs GVCV so much. It seems like chakra fit work could be nice too, like what we did in today's healing. Just 7 physical, 7 astral. What energy blocks are in the way? That would be good for her to clear right now, and just move them to the side and only use gold light. Don't blow up her blocks. But work on chakra fit with her. That might be the number one thing you could do. Yeah, so chakra fit, just in general, helping her to melt her energy blocks. Because it seems like when she's only in her seventh, she just like stops clearing energy. She's just like kind of hanging out going, seriously, is it going to be this hard? Like, it wasn't supposed to be this hard, And then other times she's in 7 through 3 when she's like, bam, bam, I want to clear everything, So that could be a thing too. Specifically help her to clear energy blocks that are making her avoidant. Yeah. So clear energy blocks for her that are helping her be avoidant. Just gold light though, so she's clearing them, you're not. Energy blocks in the way of her having good chakra fit. And just in general, help her to melt energy blocks, help her to melt people's cords going into those blocks. Yeah. She does not have chakra damage or aura damage. It's mostly just, it seems like a lot of past life blocks that are just a little bit too much right now. She just gets kind of overwhelmed by it all. She brought in more than average past life drama. so it's a little backed up. But yeah, so those are the things I would suggest. Okay, someone says hi and they give me their last initial, which is beautifully helpful. Because, you know, you may have a unique and gorgeous name, but when there are 120 people, we get duplicates. And it is true, I have some people with very unique names, but then sure enough, someone else in a different country has the exact same first name. It's very funny. Um, so anyway, okay. So how's my energy looking since yesterday? So yesterday was Saturday. You know, Saturday was a funny day for you. If I look at Friday, after the Friday healing, you were in 7 through 2. But then what happened? 7 through 2, really all day Friday. But then Saturday, you didn't wake up right. Something happened. It seems like you got like a really big whack in both auras, astral and physical, in your back left. Well, like hard objects, like big hard objects, just thrown in your back left of both auras. So then you got a lot of aura damage, but hard objects with it too. And so then you were only in 7 and 6. So that does not look fun. So yeah, that was aura damage and hard objects stuck in the aura. So it doesn't look like you healed that. So I don't know, maybe you assumed it's something weird from the healing, but it wasn't. It's something in your life. Life, that was life. That was a non-gentle person in your life throwing hard objects, causing aura damage. So anyway, so now you have, that's mostly clear. Those hard objects, there's just little traces of them. It's like before they were big logs and now they're like little pencils. But yes, I would just again double check. Do a little more sticky gold wax on the outer part of your back left and just get all hard objects and then just do a little extra repair there. But now you're in 7 through 3. Did you get chakra damage yesterday too? No, you didn't get chakra damage yesterday, but that was not fun for your aura. Those rips went pretty deep through like 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So most of your layers of your aura yesterday got ripped up in the back left by fun and games with somebody in earlier in the day too. So maybe that's why you thought it was the healing. Sure it wasn't. So anyway, yeah, just do a little bit extra sticky gold wax, get the hard objects out, the little remnants, and then a little more extra repair in the back left. And maybe just calm down your lower chakras after that day yesterday. Your lower chakras are still kind of freaked out. Like, wow, what is that? So just be like, I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. You know, think about red earth energy coming up your legs. Get back into your legs. You're kind of like above your legs going, whoa, what's going on? But again, it's just a little residue stress from yesterday. So hope that makes sense. That person that threw the energy, they're not throwing it anymore, but they're still kind of hovering around you. So you could just imagine the object throwing person, even if you don't know who they are, and just be like, hey, go talk to your angels. I know you're having a hard time, but your angels can help you through this. Just say, angels, help me with my pain, you know, and then they'll go away and get the help they need. All right, hope that helps. So it says, hi, been a bit stressed lately, working a lot of mandatory overtime at work. I've noticed our whole department is tired and now find it hard to focus on work. It affects me a lot. I try not to get too victim-y about it, but how can I be safer from that hazy energy going on there? Thanks, Janet. Yeah, it's not affecting your safety. Other people being, yeah, no. I know you're saying that their energy affects you a lot, but it's you. You get triggered when life is not perfect around you. Like, that's a trigger of yours. I mean, it's understandable when you think about it. I mean, if you have a past where invasive people become aggressive people, or imbalanced people become aggressive people, then you become kind of phobic about people that are not, Buddha around you. You're like, oh God, something's about to happen. Ah, what are they gonna do to me? And it's just that they're having bad days, but they're not really doing anything to you. It's past trauma that is causing you to resist and get triggered when you're around people who are fried. But those fried people are just, licking walls and ceilings and stuff. They're not doing anything to you. they're just they're just going, I need a vacation. They're not in your they're not doing anything to you. It's just you have past trauma around around people not being present. So just heal your inner wounds. Do chunk and bubble to clear your own past traumas that get triggered by this situation. But yeah, this situation itself is not particularly unsafe for you. Um, I think sometimes you try to ground the whole place with your grounding, so that's really weird. Like, and that So like your grounding should go all the way down the center. So indie grounding, do indie grounding. Your grounding should go all the way down to the core of your, there should be no branch off parts. And again, it's not them actively going into your grounding. It's like because you want everyone around you to be perfect Buddha, because that makes you feel safer because of all this old trauma you have. You then try to ground everybody with your grounding, like be this big mama bear thing, but no, don't be the mama bear. You're just indie bear. You're indie bear. Just be independent, right? And just indie grounding and stop doing that. Just cut it out. You could say, angels, can you ground this workplace? So that to the extent that's possible, the angels will work on the grounding of the workplace so that you don't keep trying to take that on. So I hope that helps. Yeah. You're victimy because it's just old baggage that's triggered. So just clear the baggage, heal the wounds. Tell yourself, I'm safe, I'm safe. These people are just licking ceilings because they're fried. It's not my problem. It's not a danger to me. I'm okay. And then just work on your stuff. So I hope that makes sense. Someone says, hi, Janet. How is my energy doing regarding the theme, which is future intuition, hoping, dreaming, planning? I often feel obsessively anxious about career and making a difference, but don't often take enough actions. Thank you, Janet. Well, I don't think the actions that you need to take for your career are so much external. I think you're thinking, I don't take enough actions like, I need to do a website, or I need to, contact people or whatever. But it's more like, work on your inner power, strength. Are you in all your chakras right now? What about your manifestation wings? How much energy are they generating? How about your creative rings? How about, is your path clear? Like, just get your own like personal power basics kind of, there is a video, one of the shorter, newer ones. I think it's called Generate Enough Energy for Your Day. So if you search generate enough energy for your day. But it has manifestation wings in it and creative rings and chakra stuff in it. But it's a short video. But I think obsessively anxious, then probably something's wrong with your first chakra. So just work on getting into your first chakra, and then You won't feel that anymore. Because I think there are external actions that you could do for your career, but you're not taking them because you're not ready yet, because you're not in all your chakras all the time yet, and and you have some fear triggered still, and it's not like you have to wait till you have no fear, but being in all your chakras all the time is a very logical thing to get done first, and your manifestation wings and your path clear and all that. So I don't think you're wasting time, and you should be taking these external actions. I think just try to focus on, being bigger, stronger, having more power within you, more present. So regarding the theme, I don't think you have a problem with future intuition. I just think you have a problem with, external versus internal work. And you're thinking that you should be doing external work when you're not ready for that work because you didn't finish your internal work. You just keep reining in your to-do list and make it an internal to-do list. Because once you get to a certain point in your internal to-do list, it'll be challenging, the external stuff, but you won't feel like such a hurdle. I think right now it's like this 20-foot hurdle to do the external stuff because you're literally not ready. Like there's internal power and strength and presence, kind of oomph, that you're not quite there with yet. So it's like you and your angels just saying, hey, you're not quite ready yet. Get the internal work a little bit better. So I hope that helps. So your intuition is good. Maybe you're misinterpreting your intuition because you're like, I can't do it. What's wrong with me? But you can't do it because you just have a little more work to do internally with your first chakra and your manifestation wings and getting more in your legs and all that good stuff. Okay. Someone says, hi, Janet. If we use our future intuition practically and positively, can we be prepared for big shifts that will occur in our life in advance? If yes, how? Was I not able to catch any glimpse of it? I was focused on proactive clearing for the next 6 months. Yeah, so I think that was your intuition to focus on proactive clearing for the next 6 months. I think sometimes there are challenges that you're not meant to know about consciously. So, I'll take a simple example, personal example, which hopefully is not too triggering for people, but the angels are suggesting it, so here we go. So, we tend to adopt senior animals, rescue animals that are not only rescue animals, but they're already like at least middle age. So we have a lot of pets that have passed away, and sometimes I am able to know when they're going to pass away. Other times, not at all, like no clue at all. Sometimes I know even to the day when they're going to pass away, which is kind of convenient. It's still terrible, but it's convenient because I can schedule my work and all sorts of stuff around, I might need this time off and whatever. And, maybe I don't know years in advance, but I know enough in advance, but other pets, I had no clue whatsoever. No, not a hint, not an inkling or whatever, like total complete shock when it happened. But, from what I can see in my own personal life and in your life, some big things you're just not supposed to know about ahead of time. Like I guess you're using a different set of muscles to deal with things that you didn't know would happen, like it's a different level of strength and a different level of faith and courage to get through big hardships that you didn't see coming. So while it's nice to be able to see things coming, even if they are challenging, because it can help you clear energy ahead of time, You could still do proactive clearing in advance, and that helps to some extent. So there's all sorts of proactive clearing that you can do that helps to some extent. But yes, sometimes you're actually not meant to know in advance. So I think that's what happened with your situation where you didn't see it coming. You weren't supposed to see it coming. Sometimes that's because you're supposed to make a certain move in your life, and you wouldn't have done that move if you had seen this event coming. Like, for example, actually, that is true in my case. One of the pets that we definitely didn't see coming, that she passed away when she did, because outwardly it looked like she was doing so great, like better than she ever had. And, right before she declined and then went. And it was a month after we did our big cross-country move that she passed away. And she did great during the move, and she just had the time of her life, and it was so adorable. And and then we got here, and everything was fine, and they were here for a month, and bam. And the angel specifically said after the fact, because I was like, gosh, why didn't I know ahead of time this and that? And they're like, you know what? You would have spent thousands of dollars trying to save her life in Chicago, and you wouldn't have moved because it would have been so distracting, and you would have used all that money and energy, and she was going to go anyway. So we blocked your knowledge of it so that you could make your move when you needed to make your cross-country move. You didn't waste a lot of thousands of dollars on something that's inevitable. You didn't get phobic and not do your move because of this pressure that the conscious knowledge would have put on you. So sometimes you're supposed to be bold in your life, and if you knew everything that was about to happen, you wouldn't be that bold. And so the angels kind of, selectively block your consciousness sometimes, even if you are working your intuition and you talk to your angels. So you can kind of look at your life and see the bold moves and bold choices and decisions that you have made in the last year or two. And maybe if you knew that this big thing was going to happen, you wouldn't have done some of that. You would have been more conservative, but you weren't meant to be more conservative with those things. And so the only way your angels have to do that is to block your knowledge consciously of the big thing. And then you're all bold and everything, which you were meant to be, so I hope that makes sense. That's part of why, So it's not like future intuition can be perfectly what your ego wants it to be. Sometimes your angels and your higher self have your best interests at heart. So great question. That's a good thing to bring up to help give context to the future intuition. It's healthy future intuition. And sometimes, you're just not meant to have all that knowledge. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. So, but that's the good thing about, learning your basics and your fundamentals, which I think you didn't notice that you had chakra damage, to I think it was like your lower 3 chakras were all smashed up. 4, 3, 2, 1 actually were damaged for quite a while. And I don't think you caught the chakra damage that you had. So I think that's part of why it just, with the big event, it's simultaneous to that big event, you got chakra damage in 4, 3, 2, 1. Both astral and physical. So I think that is part of how it threw you as much as it threw you. But that got healed up in the first healing. So, that we did 2 days ago. So anyway, hope that helps. Okay, somebody says, just confirming they can see and hear me. Thank you. So it says, hi, Janet. Love the healing. Oh, good. And you healed yourself during the live stream. I did not heal you, so I'm glad you healed yourself. I think you know my question. How's my aura? What do I need to work on other than my rips in my aura? Thank you, and much love to you. Well, thank you. Yeah, so definitely aura repair. You do have some chakra damage as well. So we did chakra repair in Friday's healing. We do chakra repair all sorts of different times. There's even You might like it. It's a standalone video. It's like 11 minutes. I cut it out of one of the live streams, so it's like the thorough kind of chakra repair that we do in live streams. But it's a standalone one, so that might be nice for you. So once you get your aura all repaired first, then if you search Janet Wright chakra repair major minor, it'll come up. Chakra repair major minor. Because in that little clip we repaired all chakras, all your major chakras, your 7 and your 7, and then all the minor chakras, which includes all the acupuncture chakras. So that feels extra nice. So yeah, I would say chakra repair and aura repair, but in aura repair first, then chakra repair would help you be a lot more present, because lately you've only been present in 7 and 6, what with the chakra damage and the aura damage. But once you repair your chakras, once you repair your aura, that'll probably get you in 7, 6, and 5. And then once you repair your chakra damage, that'll probably get you in 7, 6, 5, 4, maybe even 3. Particularly if you unblock your grounding a bunch, then you should probably be in 7 through 3 at that point. And then you could do that video. You search Janet Wright, get present to the number 2 space 1. So Janet Wright, get present to 1. Is Janet Wright, get present in chakras 2 and 1. That's Izzy barking in his sleep. One of my dogs. I don't know if you can hear that. Anyway, so I hope that makes sense. So aura repair, chakra repair, and unblock your grounding. So basics. But that should help a lot. Someone said, hope that helps. Someone says, you're amazing. Thank you so much. You helped me recalibrate my entire energy field and step into my purpose more intuitively. Well, you go, girl. I take a lot better care of my auric field now, and it helps me to read others more clearly. Yay. Good for you, Lady Rockstar. You know what could be nice for you? In today's healing, we did Chakra Fit. I think that would be a fun thing for you to play with. Chakra Fit. Within a day, I'll have timestamp links, so you can find it. It's probably in the last half hour of the healing, but you'll see it in the healing. So in today's healing, when I get it done, which will be by late tonight, worst case tomorrow, go in the comment section. There'll be the detailed healing summary with timestamp links, and then you know, maybe 2/3 of the way through the healing, it'll say Chakra Fit. You can go to that part, and so I think the more you work that's gonna be, you could really get some geeky benefits out of that. I think that would be nice. Yeah, particularly Chakra Fit for the lower chakras, 3, 2, and 1. You could keep working that. Also, that video I mentioned to someone else, I don't know if it was, I did today, I don't know if it was in this live stream or the one right before, but if you search Janet Wright Earth Energy Up Legs, that'll give you some other stuff to geek out about. Janet Wright Earth Energy Up Legs. It's like an 11-minute video, mostly explaining stuff, but it gives you like good concepts for the legs that you can get a lot of mileage out of. So Chakra Fit and legs, leg work would be nice. But good for you. Yeah, I do pro level healing instruction. So people who are already professional can use these techniques. People who have never healed themselves before and only want to heal themselves can use these techniques. All sorts of people. All right, I'm glad you found me. Someone says, hi, Janet. I have ongoing issues with insomnia / waking up in the middle of the night and have cut out caffeine. Good for you. I know that's not always easy. Used a light lamp in the winter months. Good for you. Exercise regularly, etc. Is this an energy issue? When you wake up in the middle of the night, how long does it take you to be able to go back to sleep? And what do? Do you stay in bed? Do you, just get up, use the restroom, and then go back to bed? Or do you start, some people then they get on the computer and they start doing all this stuff, and it's like, all right, now you're not even trying. So, well, let's see if I see. So your sleep, that's working out okay, and then when you start to wake up, it seems related to your sister, and because okay, like for sleep, there's your physical body, and then there's your astral body, right? And when you sleep, they're separate, right? Your astral body is on the astral with your angels, hopefully, doing all sorts of fun things and getting healings and taking angel classes and having the time of your life. And your body is hopefully very peaceful and at rest and sleeping deeply, right? But it looks like, so when you have sleep problems, it could be something going on with your astral body or something going on with your physical body, right? But then, of course, it becomes a problem for both of you. you know? But it looks like for you, at some point, your sister cords your physical body, and then you get like your physical body gets agitated, and then you come back. So there's some kind of energy boundary help that you could do with your home so that your sister isn't allowed to, I call that drive-bys, where someone that you know well can kind of pop in on a spirit level into your home. And maybe during the day you're just used to that because she's done that your whole life, and so she'll just show up and like bitch at you for like, excuse my French, but she'll just bitch at you for like an hour when she's pissed off during the day at some point. But when she does it halfway in the middle of the night, you know it jars your body, it freaks you out, and then you come back. So work with your angels so that she can't do any more drive-by visits on your property. So if you own a house and a property, or if you just own a condo or an apartment, whatever, like it's your turf, no drive-bys. So not your dad, not your sister, nobody that you know, only angels are allowed to show up without your, in the moment consent. So work that out with your angels. Maybe do some earth energy soaks too, just wash out all her stuff. And I don't think you have an explicit agreement with her that she can do that. I just think you have inner wounds that make you kind of cause your home boundaries to be wishy-washy. So heal your inner wounds that make your boundaries wishy-washy with her, and then reset your home and make it gold, and do some tricolor soaks, and just ask your angels to help you to reset it so there's no flybys allowed. Hope that makes sense. Okay, so yes, it's an energy issue, looks like it. Someone says, hello, Janet, can you tell me why I think I'm grounding, but the energy flow is going up and I feel the back of my head's aura is damaged by someone like my roommate? She is under my skin. Roommate, and then you let me know your roommate's name, which is very helpful. Okay, why I think I'm grounding, but the energy flow is going up. Well, I mean, you could be bringing earth energy up. So yeah, that's not wrong. Grounding is a two-way thing. I mean, you're bringing up earth energy, so that's okay. Yeah, I think your grounding's working fine. You're releasing a lot. You're just bringing up a lot of earth energy. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with your grounding. Okay, so then the back of your head's aura is damaged by someone. Well, not right now. Maybe you mean like heavy, like aura bruising. Yeah, that I could see. Right now, because you just got today's healings, so layer in the back, layer 76543 seem to be pretty colorful and nice and flowing. I mean, they could be more expanded and flowing, but they're pretty nice. So I would say it's only 2 in 1. I'll call it that, like aura bruising. So there's just sort of an intense, like heaviness to your first and second layers behind your whole body, really. But also behind your head. You're probably just mostly feeling it behind your head, but it's also behind your lower back and your shoulders and everything. So I would just say look at it at a whole layer because it's all interrelated. So like under your feet in your first and second layers, you know, all around here, you know, because if this doesn't drain well, it's probably because this doesn't drain well and also this isn't draining well. So just your whole first and second layers in the back and the bottom. It's just got heaviness there, like aura bruising, residue from old stress. Um, my roommate, she's under my skin. Well, you know, it's a little bit of a mutual thing, I gotta say. You have this way of like you don't just let her be. You know, you're a bit of a nag on a spirit level. I think you're kind of divorcing yourself from that part of you. So you're like, I don't do that. You know, I just walk away. I'm not into that. But when you're walking away, there's a part of you that sits there and goes, and kind of looks at her. So yeah, I would say you guys are a bit of a like two peas in a yucky pod, you know. Like whatever negative behaviors she has, like you kind of, you know, it's not just her. I know that you have a really, really wonderful, benevolent part of you that's bigger, but the part of you that's not so benevolent and wonderful is what keeps stoking the fire with her, and then she will definitely hand it right back to you twofold. So, I think in a way, like what she's serving to do with you is she's bringing out this conflict side in you. Whereas like with many people in your life, you are like overly passive and you will let them like literally steamroll you and you'll be like, namaste, you know, whereas she'll be like, "Rah," and then you're like, "Rah," you know. So I don't know, maybe she's just helping you to like realize like, okay, I can defend myself, you know, but it's this weird like extremes thing where you get steamrolled by the people you care about, and then with her that you don't like, you're like overly um messing with her. So I guess just heal inner wounds regarding boundaries. That would cover your bases for everybody. You know, because there are inner wounds that you have that allow that pissy part of you to keep poking her and not just focus on your own boundaries. And then those same wounded parts of you allow the people you like to like steamroll over you and hang out in your aura all day. So, I mean, I would think the people, it looks like the people that you like are way more under your skin than her, but you don't, you like them. So you don't, you like kind of turn off your awareness of what these nice people are doing. So just heal inner wounds to help yourself with boundaries. Yeah. So I don't think she is the reason why you have stagnant energy in your first and second layers. I think you just do anyway. I just think she's just an obvious sort of irritant for you because you don't like her and she's your roommate. But she's just pointing out weaknesses that you have and imbalances that you've had even before you met her. That's her gift to you. So yeah, just work on healing your inner wounds that cause boundary issues one way or another. Hope that helps. And you could say too, angels help me to have healthy boundaries with the people I like and the people I don't like. You know, so keep working both angles. Okay, cool. Hope that helps. Someone says, "Dear Janet," and you're saying your name. I've been cleaning lots of fear. I had the intuition of getting sick, and it happened despite healing, but I still have the same bad feeling for near future. I see vivid dreams too. What do you think I could do for that? I mean, when I look at you, like I said in the healing at the end when you commented, you didn't get the healing, obviously, you know that, but just for context. So yeah, your second and first layers are really thin. Like your aura is whole now, which is great. Your grounding is flowing, which is amazing. You do not have chakra damage right now, which is also wonderful. But if you measure the width, like intuitively, of each of your aura layers, it's like 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's like so 2 is emotions, 1 is courage and safety, feeling safe and generating safety, which also impacts health. So your first and second layers are just so tight. And so it's really hard for you to, and that could impact your literal health as well, but certainly it generates this anxious feeling of doom, impending doom. So I would say, I don't know if you've worked it before, but if not, just keep working it. If you have, then you just need more work on it. But that Janet Wright, get present in second and first chakras. So if you search Janet Wright, get present 2, 1. 2 space 1. But I mean, good for you, because in the past I've looked and you're like, oh my God, you're missing half your aura or something, but that's not true. So hopefully you're feeling some improvement in your symptoms, because your energy, you are creating improvements in your actual energy. Because like I said, you have your aura repaired, you have your chakras repaired, you have grounding. The back of your grounding could be unblocked more often though. But your grounding is wide. It's just the back of it is like really slushy, and so keep on melting away blocks in the back of your grounding. But then that video, get Janet Wright, get present 2, 1, get present in second and first chakras, could be good next, so that you get the second and first layers of your aura much more expanded and flowing, because that'll take the pressure off your lower 2 chakras, so that you can start clearing more of that baggage, the emotional baggage and the fear baggage. That will also help your actual health, but also help your perceptions of life. Hope that makes sense. Vivid dreams, I don't think is necessarily a problem to have vivid dreams. If your dreams are anxiety laden, again, it's just, I think the second and first layer work would help, because if you have energy blocks in your physical body that are too big and too significant, your body can't clear them during normal sleep. And so your body will create these really overly dramatic stories, in movies that during sleep, and then if they're overly dramatic, your spirit comes back and like notices the dream consciously, and it could disturb your sleep. But it's just energy blocks again. Energy blocks messing with your sleep. So that video, get present 2 and 1, because I think most of the blocks are in those really tight inner 2 layers. So that video helps the aura layers and the chakras. Janet Wright, get present 2, 1. So I hope that helps. Someone says, thanks, Janet. This all makes sense about speeding up interviewing process. Yeah, the interviewing process. Yeah, clearing energy blocks so that you can speed up your interview process. I haven't consciously interviewed, applied for jobs, but I do feel more ready to start. Yeah, but even on the astral, you could be doing like 12 interviews a week on the astral, because astral stuff is a lot easier to do than in the body. So you could do 12 a week, and you're doing like 2 a week, 2 interviews a week on the astral. So definitely you could pick it up a lot. It's just that there's specific blocks in the way that make it seem like you have to climb Mount Everest each time, which is not true. So yeah, hope that helps. Okay, so someone says, what is a good way to check that one's hopes and dreams are in good alignment with one's life path? Thank you. I think that what we did I think maybe you're talking about your conscious hopes and dreams. What we did today in today's healing, you didn't get today's healing, your brother did, but you could do it on yourself. Towards the very end, like the second to last, the last big thing we did in the healing was the heart chakra stuff, fourth chakra. But then right before that, I'm thinking I'm going to call it hopes and dreams pages, where you imagine, the pages that your hopes and dreams are written on, and then you do you have your angels bless like special sticky gold wax, and then you use the sticky gold wax to get guck off the pages that might be blocking you from reading your pages, like even subconsciously, and knowing what your true hopes and dreams are. So that helps. And then we did more gold light on the pages, and then we had your angels update the pages with you. And so that's more directly about what you're talking about, like making sure that these hopes and dreams pages are really in alignment with what's healthiest for you right now. So that process that we did, which I believe is like a 15-minute walkthrough, that hopes and dreams pages stuff, you could just do that again and again and again. Like on different days, so you get to sleep and grow and change and then do it again. But if you did, you could even do it 3 times a week for like 3 weeks, and it wouldn't be too much if you wanted. You don't have to be that analytical, but if you do want very specific suggestion about how much to do it, that's what your angels say. But yeah, that's the hopes and dreams pages from today's healing. And for those of you that are watching this much later and you're like, today's healing, which one is that? Just look in the comment section. I will be putting a link to today's healing in the comment section of this video. And then there's a healing summary in that video in that comment section, so you can go right to whatever part you want. Okay, I hope that helps. Aha! So that's so that was my hour mark. So now I'm going to give myself 10 minutes and hopefully wrap up in 15. Okay, so that's 10 minutes. 10 more minutes. Okay. So someone says, hi Janet, wondering if it's a better idea for me to stay put instead of moving back with my dad after end of September and then make a big move, getting unclear answers from angels. Okay, so I like how you wrote that, because it is, when you say getting unclear answers from angels, it points out the problem. Like, you're not getting unclear answers from the angels. The angels are very clear. Angels always have clarity. Like, that's why they're angels and we're not, Like, they're pretty big league, and they're not overly triggered about your life. So they're like, bam, 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 But if you're receiving it in an unclear way, then you see what I'm saying? So you probably know that, but just to highlight where the problem is, it's not that they're giving unclear answers. It's possibly you're asking the wrong questions, or you just have so much inner interference that what they're saying, you're hearing it in a very garbled way, or you're seeing it in a very confusing way. So there's something wrong with your receiving of their message, or you're asking the wrong questions. So, there's something is on your end, obviously, the issue, not on their end. It's not like, angels, give me a better answer, Some people really think that. They're like, my angels, they need to get their act together. I'm always like, oh my gosh, you really said that. But anyway, okay, so la. So, it seems like what you're saying is you have a plan to move back with your dad to save money, so that you can then save money and have money saved up for a more significant move geographically after that. And it seems like your angels are like, yeah, that's the plan. What's wrong? So, maybe if you don't have clarity on exactly how long you're going to be living with your dad, maybe that is what's getting you weird, or you just have some fear in the way of. But yeah, it does, because if you ask like, okay, do my angels want me to move back in with my dad to save money? It's a pretty clear yes. I mean, there's no unclear about it. So um, if you're not receiving that clearly, then it looks like just some heart chakra pain about like you feel like a failure, like, oh, I must have failed if I'm not already married by now, or I'm not already, independently wealthy by now. Like maybe your expectations about what your life was going to be like at this age is not matching up with the reality. And so your expectations are causing your heart chakra to block up. So you just clear expectations. Maybe we do that fourth chakra healing part that we did today and just think about, that question about moving back with your dad to save money, and just give yourself a big, heart chakra clearing and lift off any baggage that gets triggered either way when you think about the big move, when you think about moving in with your dad to save money, when you think about all that stuff, just so you get your heart chakra nice and happy again. But I think if you also work on more of the plan so that like, okay, well, how much money do I want to save for this move? Or maybe when time-wise is the big move optimal? When is it optimal for me to make the big move? Maybe if you have a year, or like the first half of a certain year, or the second half of a certain year, or, like try to work on that intuition. So then how long, you might be living with your dad, or you might be, whatever. So that it's, because I think if it's more concrete and then you feel more good about the whole plan, well, it's temporary and it's this and it's that, and it's lines up with this big dream and hope that I have, and so I'm kind of excited that I'm on the way. I'm doing what I need to do to manifest what I need. So maybe you just intuit more detail about the plan, so that then you understand why it's worth it. So I hope that makes sense. It looks like when you even work this issue and you try to hear your angels, your first layer goes beep, 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 beep. Your first layer gets so tight. So then it's hard for fear not to play a part in it. And then eventually your heart chakra blocks up because your first chakra was already blocked up. So like try to maybe do some leg stretching, be wearing your legs, get that first chakra red, get the nice first layer wide, unblock the top and the bottom of your first layer, right above your head or right below your feet, just so you're not, fear baggage is not in the way. So I hope that makes sense. Someone says, hi Janet, how is the progress with my future intuition plus planning in regard to jobs and career planning? Anything my angels would like me to know? Let me look up if you got this healing. No, you did not, I don't think. No. No. Okay. You could do, I don't know if you did, you followed along with today's healing, like all of it or some of it or what, but redo that hopes and dreams pages part right before the end, right before the fourth chakra part, which was right before the end. So the hopes and dreams pages, redo that, because your pages, they could be more visible than they are now to you, like the writing on them, and they could have like a less heavy vibe to them. They're a little heavy. So that could be impacting stuff. So just keep, I mean, but just do it over time, like take like 2 weeks, and just on and off do the hopes and dreams pages exercise part, which is like 15 minutes. Uh, you know, the whole thing. So you're updating them with gold light and all that stuff that was in the walkthrough. Um, and I think too that the exercise that I did with the people I healed on Friday, 2 days ago, the wet blanket exercise and the joy killing agreements. Those are one right after the other, so you could just do them together. Wet blanket exercise and joy killing agreements. We cleared those. So do that. Wet blanket exercise, joy killing agreements from Friday. And then from today, the hopes and dreams pages work. Because there's a little bit of a stiffness around your jobs and career planning. It's a little bit rigid. I mean, I think your future intuition is somewhat accurate, but there's a little bit of distortion to it. And then it just seems like things are a little rigid and they don't really sparkle and flow as well as they could, the energy. So I know that sounds vague, but those exercises will help with it. So I hope that helps. Someone says, thank you for the healing, Janet. Please give me some insight into what is happening between my mother and I in regards to feeling unmotivated and heavy after talking with her. Thank you. That's funny. Well, it would be nice if you had put your mother's first name and last initial, but that's fine. Interesting. Oh boo. Gonna have to go fast. You when you talk to her, it's like you become this, it's like she's a big tree and then you're this little shrub that's attached to her tree. Like during the call, you go, and then you link into her grounding, you cord some of her chakras. I don't know why you do that because I know most of you is like, what? I want boundaries with this lady. But she has this like power play thing she does with you. I think what she does is she triggers some of your core energy blocks while she's talking to you. It's like as if someone was going to say, like, are you really serious? You're really seriously? You're really? Like, she has this way of like, are you kidding me? And then it just triggers your insecurities. And then you're like, she's the one in charge and you're like this subservient, dependent, attached person. So I would say heal the inner wounds that get triggered when she does her power play moves with you. I don't know if she might be a delightful lady, you know, she may mean well, but something not so delightful is occurring. So just work on healing your inner wounds that contribute to your boundary problems with her. But specifically contribute to this power play thing she does actually working. So, so yeah, heal inner wounds. Just imagine the slashes, the inner wounds like slashes, and use gold light, and just do that like every day or every other day, whenever you think about it. But just heal inner wounds that trigger when your mom does her power play stuff with you. And these can be wounds from past lives that happened with totally different people, but they get triggered in this situation with your mom. So I hope that helps. Someone got rid of their message. Someone says, thinking back on my shamanic journey and feel it was real because it felt natural and I felt really present in my body by the end. Is this intuition accurate? Yeah, that's true. Will also work confidence accuracy. Sounds good. Oh yeah, because I had suggested that. But yeah, you were really present in your body by the end. I mean, it was a process that your angels seem to like the effect. They like the effects of it, the result of it for you. So yeah, it's not something you're imagining. I mean, because you checked out that practitioner that you used with your angels on the astral. So you know you did your homework with your angels and checked out the person, and so your angels had already given you the green light to go for it and try, and they were helping you the whole time to make sure that you were safe and everything. So your angels probably get 60% of the credit. You're working with your angels, you get 100% of the credit, but your angels get 60% of the credit, and then that practitioner gets 40% of the credit. Maybe, you know, and that it worked so well. But yeah, you're not imagining. Someone says, "Hi Janet, good day to you." Thank you so much. You too. Someone says, "Hi Janet, I put limiters on my abilities. For example, messages I hear, etc., because I tend to get random messages. Is this affecting my intuition? Anything for me to work on?" One, my angels want me to give a personal example. Maybe you don't need it, but somebody else does. But like when my clairaudience turned on, because I wanted to be clairaudient and hear, you know, angels and be able to talk to plant spirits and be able to talk to dogs telepathically. I wanted that so bad when I found out it was a thing that you could actually have. Blew my mind in a really good way. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so doing that someday. You know, conscious clairaudience or conscious telepathy. And so then you know, I just worked my energy for like 3 years before it turned on for me, and it turned on in a very on-off switch kind of way. Like, whoa! All of a sudden, I heard stuff that I didn't hear before, and but I heard this angry driver behind me swearing at me because I wasn't turning onto the road like as fast as he thought I should. I was being very conservative and waiting for a lot of traffic to go by, and then I heard this guy that I thought was kind of creepy. I heard him thinking about me sexually when we were both at this countertop getting tea, and he was like thinking these thoughts about me, and I was like, ugh. So yeah, I turned off so that I don't hear the angry drivers or the people that I'm not attracted to, like thinking sexual thoughts about me. I don't hear that stuff. So yeah, you can selectively turn certain things on and off like that. So anyway, you know how you could address this is you know, when we did our hopes and dreams pages in today's healing, right? Right before the end, you know, we did the fourth chakra work right before the end, and then before that, right before that, hopes and dreams pages. It's like 15 minutes of walkthrough that we did. And part of that is you know, you imagine these pages where your hopes and dreams are written, and then you have the angels help you to update these pages so that you're updating your hopes and dreams so they're healthy and current, and you know, they're not overly fixated on what other people are supposed to do, and they're just, you know, for you, and they're healthy. And so you could do that for abilities pages, you know, and have pages with all your psychic abilities on them, and just have your angels, you know, and do the whole thing, like the gold, get your sticky gold wax extra blessed by the angels and checked, and then put that on the pages so that you know, get off any guck, you know, with the sticky gold wax off your abilities pages, you know, and then, you know, heal them with gold light, and then have your angels update your abilities pages with you so that, you know, it's really optimal. So like maybe you don't want to hear, you know, the people thinking sexual thoughts about you, but you want to hear something else, and, you know, whatever. So your angels will adjust all that with you and bring it up to what's best for you now. So I think that could be fun. Do that with abilities pages. I think I'll try that. But yeah, I think that could be good to work on. It'd be fun. Okay, hope that helps. Somebody says, why do you think that is so? The knowing sometimes. Thank you for sharing. That really changed my perspective on knowing. I think what you mean is when I was talking earlier in this live stream about that sometimes you're not supposed to know about something. Um, but I explained an example of why you're not supposed to know. I explained it sort of from two angles. One way is, sometimes if you know something, you're going to act differently and you're going to act in a way that's in the end really not optimal for you. So your angels help you to not consciously know this thing because they don't want you to act in that other way. They want you to act really boldly, so they won't tell you that, something's going to happen to impact your finances later because they want you to go for it. Right now they need you to, step boldly, and that's going to ultimately benefit you the most anyway. So it's just not knowing is somehow advantageous to you, not knowing consciously. That could be, and so your angels block your conscious knowledge of something, even if you're, optimizing your intuition and as present as you can be, and you work your future intuition. So that's an example of it just wouldn't benefit you to know it, or it would be less beneficial than not knowing in the long run. Or the other example I had was that it's like strength training on a spirit to be able to adjust to something that is like shocking and unexpected. And so sometimes you need that level of strength training, that level of challenge in your life. Not that it's fun or anything, but that, we need all different kinds of strength. And so sometimes you need a certain challenge in order to get strong in a certain way. So that could be. But otherwise, future intuition is really fun and helpful. So, there are a lot of times when you can work your future intuition, and in many situations it can be very helpful. And also you're working your clairaudience so you can hear your angels more and more. I do have a whole Q&A on hearing angels, speaking of which, because I'll try to remember to link that below in the comment section. I have a whole playlist for all the Q&As that I've done in the past, but then I'll also link specific, so the Hearing Angels Q&A would be in that playlist, but I'll specifically link, pick out the Q&A for Hearing Angels, because that could be really interesting, because we're talking about future intuition and how related that is to hearing your angels and how one helps the other. So because you want to double check with your angels, your future intuition thoughts. So I'll link that below within a day. But thanks, I'm glad you felt it helped. Someone says, thank you, I'm going to your other videos now. Thank you again, much love to you. Well, thanks, you're very kind. Someone says, I stay in bed and try. I have read something from you before, so I'm going to try to wrap up. So I'm going to read your comment very quickly. I stay in bed and try to lay there and not look at my phone or check the time. It's really hard for me to fall back asleep, and when I do, it feels like a half sleep for an hour or two until my alarm. Yeah, I think yeah, I think I already told you. I mean, your sister is impacting your physical body, according to several chakras. I don't know what happens in her sleep, or what she does. She could be in a different time. I think she's in the same time zone as you. So I don't know if she wakes up earlier or she sleeps and it's just an astral thing for her to get invasive with you, but something's happening between your boundaries with your sister and you. So like I said, heal inner wounds that are impacting your boundaries with you and your sister, and then get your angels to help you police your living space better while you're asleep. But it's not just your angels doing it. You have to heal those inner wounds that are making you not have strong boundaries with her. Okay, but thanks for the extra info. So you say makes so much sense. Thanks. Good. So it says, hi Janet, how do I look? And you did get the healing. You and your daughter, one of your daughters. Just want to see, yeah. Okay, so you say, how do I look? I've been stressing about work and have not felt playful for the entire summer, though feeling better now, thanks. Have to get back to teaching where I should be playful too. Advice? I think that playfulness, it's good for you, but I think that where you're at is you're learning to be strong. You're learning to be non-avoidant, and you're still working on it. We all have more work to do on it. But so you're not, it's not really a playful time for you these days. I mean, so I guess I'm saying I don't think that's a huge failure that you're not as playful as you want to be. I think that's a good long term goal to be much more playful. But I think sometimes when you get stressed, it's because your boundaries go to hell in a handbasket. So there's a strength that you need, not really the playfulness. The playfulness is not your top need, it's the strength. Because when you don't have your strength, you don't sort of self assert and go, run, get rid of the blocks and stop letting people, like your ex, just, put your brain in a blender, or let the parents, the kids, the parents of the kids, put your brain in a blender. You need to like kind of wake yourself up and a self assert and just like splash cold water on your soul, to like okay, I'm here. So playfulness is not, it's not really as young as you need, like the whole self assertiveness. So I think that's why playfulness hasn't been something that on the short term level you've achieved. But definitely keep it on that long term goal list, of course. But I think the strength and the self assertiveness and the direct, getting rid of your avoidance, because keep targeting energy blocks that are making you avoidant, because that's still, that's a real stage in your life. I mean, you're much less avoidant than you used to be, but it's still quite a quality of life issue for you. So learning to play is not really number one for you. It's learning to be non-avoidant, so that you don't like torment yourself by avoiding everything and torturing your mind in the meantime. So just keep clearing what energy blocks are making you avoid things. Hope that makes sense. But yeah, playfulness, don't give up. You don't give up on playfulness, you can totally nail it. But it's like that's step 3, and clearing avoidance more and more and more is still step 1. So hope that makes sense. But then you'll be more proud of yourself, and that'll feel good. It won't feel maybe as good as playfulness, but it's a good start. That 4th chakra healing that we ended today with, you could redo that. That's like I think that was only like 9 minutes. That 4th chakra healing section that we did today, right at the very end of today's healing. So there will be timestamp links later. So if you wanted to, you could redo that. Have to get, yeah, so playfulness, you can just back burner playfulness. Directness, self-assertiveness, spiritual cold water, shocking yourself awake. That's it. That's your jam. Just think, I take care of business. Rah, I was born to do this. I can do this. Get that swagger. Okay, cool. Someone says, hi, Janet, good topic today. I have been trying for a long time to get rehired at a gym I used to work at. Can you see what is blocking it? Also, I have this dream of living in the UK. How do I know if it's because I'm drawn there due to past lives or it is a real dream? Well, it could be both, but I see what you're saying, that like sometimes people just want to relive something they've done before, and it's not really something that is, really good for their path in this life. So that's the question. Because sure, you've had past lives in the UK region, but is it advantageous for you in this life? Is that a part of your hopes and dreams on the pages of this life? It seems like, yeah, it is. But keep updating your hopes and dreams pages and getting a sense of that yourself. That's it's a little 15-minute section we did today. But see, getting rehired at a gym I used to work at, been trying for a long time. See, that is not really the way manifesting works. Like, that's too specific. Um, you can manifest, I want a job that's financially secure, where I teach other people how to work out, where it's really ideal for my health and wellness and my bank account too, something like that. That's something you can really get behind and manifest. You can't control if it's in a specific gym or not. That's not, that gets you into like witchy stuff, like manipulative, bad karma stuff. Because then you're trying to control, the two people that do hiring at that gym, which is not your place. Like, they have free will and they should have free will to hire you or not hire you. And maybe they're not hiring at all, or maybe you're just not, maybe you're too present for them and they're intimidated by you, or you don't know. So you don't want to be overly specific like that, because that makes you controlling and manipulative potentially. Get more general. Why would you like that job? Well, it's convenient. You believe that it will help you be financially stable. You believe it will be fulfilling. It helps you to be very physically fit yourself as you make a living, right? So those are your underlying things. That's what you aim for. That's what you manifest. It could be that job means that you do personal training online with clients all over the world, and that meets all the criteria, and that's what you end up manifesting. And that's something that you could manifest. It meets your criteria. It's something you see what I'm saying. So that specific gym, you can't, that's not a spiritually light and non-manipulative thing to try to will into existence specific people deciding specific things. That's manipulative and not angel encouraged. Hope that makes sense. People get confused about that. They think like, oh, well, I made a dream board and, so it's okay. You know, but, yeah, some people don't understand, like, people have free will, and it's, so you don't want to make it so specific that a certain person has to decide a certain thing, because then you're basically trying to remove that person's free will, and that's silly. Well, bad karma included. So I hope that makes sense. And you said, I want to live in a castle. Yeah, that's a whole past life thing. I don't think that's part of the UK visiting castles. But yeah, when you say I want to live in a castle, your angels just roll their eyes at you like, oh please. So yeah. But moving to the UK area of the world and living there, and then you can try to get clarity on how long do you want to live there. Do you want to just live there, for every June or something of every year? Or do you want to live there for 10 years of your life or the rest of your life? You could try to get a little more clarity about that by working your hopes and dreams pages. Okay, cool. So it says, I didn't get the healing, just wondering. Yes, yeah, I figured that out. So it says, very helpful. Yes, definitely still working on being non-avoidant and stronger and direct. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, so first things first. Okay, great. Well, good. So I'm going to wrap up. You guys are amazing and awesome, and good for you for thinking about your energy and doing something about it. Yay for you. Okay, guys. Well, I will do another healing on the same topic, practical use of future intuition, hoping, dreaming, and planning in 2 days on Tuesday. And anyone is welcome to watch the healing and heal themselves as they watch. And if you want to see the schedule of all the group healings that for the rest of the year, that's on my website, janetwrightreadings.com. Currently, it's in the sessions menu and the pay here page, although that's kind of a silly way to name everything, but that's where it is right now. So janetwrightreadings.com, sessions menu, pay here page, that lists all the group healings for the rest of the year. And of course, all the healings, they include so much more than is actually indicated in the theme. So And the next time that healings go up for sale is in 7 days on August. It's next week, next Sunday, on August 15th. The 15th of each month is when group healings go up for sale. They'll go up for sale at noon-ish my time-ish, definitely. I may be like 7 minutes late or so. But noonish my time Pacific, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. Those times are in Canada, US times. And then if you need me to translate that into where you live, just email me, janet@janetwrightreadings.com. If you want to be on my news email list and you're not, you can email me, janet@janetwrightreadings.com, but you have to specifically ask, can you add me to your news email list? Because I don't just shove people on there without them asking. Okay, you guys are awesome. Take care. Oh, and those healings, they sell out fast in like a half hour to sometimes 3 hours, but sometimes just a half hour. So don't snooze. All right, bye. Have a great